Over there, how you feeling, man? I know you was a little under the weather.
All right, I'm all right. I'm all right, man. Thank God.
That's what's up. We're gonna give everybody a few more minutes to pull up. I know we had some students had to dip out because obviously holidays and stuff like that. But we here, man. I feel good. I feel good. We're gonna talk about a couple of things, man. We gotta talk about Trey Young. We gotta talk about your main man Nick the Quick. You already know how that go.
What's up?
Uh, yeah, we're gonna get to all of that stuff. But how you feeling on physically, man? Talk to me.
I'm all right. Better than a few days ago, man. It was my first time, so I don't know if you've experienced it yet, but
Yeah, big time, son, big time. I
yeah,
had my worst part was the anchor on my chest, bro. I felt like there was a car sitting on my chest. I couldn't even breathe.
yeah. The for me, it was like my entire body was sore, like aching, like entire body. And I've had issues from basketball, so those like issues were like flared up, like as they have in, especially my back. So that was probably the toughest part for me.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I'm just happy to to be heading in the right direction right now. So um, Zach, what's good? Happy New Year, everybody.
Word. All right, yo, it's 7:01. Let's just get right into it. I feel like I don't have to introduce you because you was here, twice last year, but just for I will anyway. Hold on, let me put some more folks in here. But I always want to show love. Yo, this guy right here is the owner and partner of the Run app. The Run app is a cool app where you can go on and tell other people where you're playing ball at, so that they can look and see where you're hooping at, and they can come and join you. So that's actually that's a cool revolutionary thing, man. I really think that's popping. He's a basketball coach of all kids. He's a ball handling guru. He's a super shooting star. He's a father. He's an artist. We're gonna get back to that artist situation because you made a painting that I was very, very jealous about, but we're gonna talk about that in a second. He's an entrepreneur, he's an all Westbury grad, my main man, Coach Ace. Everybody say what up to Coach Ace, y'all.
Thank you,
Yeah,
thank
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. So, yo, I want to dive right into it first.
Hmm?
I'm an artist myself, man. And I like to think of myself as pretty good. I
Yep.
work with mediums. I could sculpt. I could paint. I could, I pencil. I pen and all of that stuff. But my
Sculpting.
man, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can show it to us right now, but this man made a painting of a woman that it just had so many layers to it. I was blown away when I saw this joint. What was the motivation? Talk to us about that a little bit.
So yeah, so I don't have it because the owner, the person who commissioned it, has it. But
He said the
she actually
commission. I heard that right. He commissioned it.
she wanted actually the symbol that was on the head wrap. That's actually all she wanted. So she kind of left creative freedom to myself, and um, I was just kind of thinking through different ideas, and I knew her for years, and she's somebody who I felt like has carried on a lot of weight on her back over that I've known her, and has handled and endured a lot, including some health issues that her young daughter has had. So I've just seen her take on a lot. So through the time span of our friendship. So I basically painted the back of a black woman, and tried to kind of capture beauty and strength at the same time. And I think it came out decent. So
Yo,
yeah.
everybody, he is downplaying this painting like crazy. This painting is incredible. And look, I'm gonna put a little shameless plug. I went to the High School of Art and Design. You know what I'm saying? I am a graduate there. I did all my work there, so I am certified. I'm nice with mine.
Know
But
that.
that painting, yo, I was like, yo. First of all, I didn't know you had it in you. That
Mm.
was number one. Number two, the layers of it, the shadowing, the strokes, the color contrast. I was like, yo, this is fire. This is fire. Fire, fire, fire. Word.
Yeah, I mean, artist to artist, I definitely appreciate that, man. And
Yeah.
I didn't know that your art background went. I need a sculpting class, so that's something I want to. Honestly, like, yeah, if I wasn't doing anything else, and even after things kind of, I get tired of the entrepreneur thing, man. That's what I love to do the most is to create. I love hooping, but I come from a family of artists, so it's something that I grew up doing and grew up around. And my son is he's like a machine when it comes to it now. So it's crazy that it got passed down to him without even mechanically, man. So I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, you already know. All right, yo, let's swing it over to Zach real quick. Yo, Zach, man, how was your Christmas? Happy New Year, all of that good stuff. How you doing over there, man? Talk to me.
My Christmas was good. It was all right.
Great.
You get some good stuff for Christmas?
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. Yo, I wish. Oh, look. Speaking of which, my main man Zach Attack just pulled up. I was hoping that you was able to put your information in the mailbox, man, and we was able to come to you and drop off some gifts to you. But it might not be too late. So make sure you ask your mom, your dad, whomever that takes care of you, to make sure that we get your information so we can drop some stuff off to you. Swing it over to my main man Zach Attack. What you wearing over there, Zach? What you got? What you wearing, Zach? Talk to me, man. Let me see the drip. Let me see that thing. Yeah, he got that Brackenville represented. I understand that. I hear you, Zach. All right, so
got some of my.
Huh?
No, I was just saying what's up to some of my guys here. Jonathan, I think that's Joseph. Joseph, that's you?
Yeah. What's up, Coach?
Joseph, yeah, baby. How you feeling, man? How was your Christmas?
It was good. You?
That's what's up. Yeah, everything was good on my end, man. Just trying to stay out of this COVID thing. But other than that, everything else was wonderful. Yo, Joseph. So talk to me a little bit about your game, man. Who do you look up to as a ball player?
Well, as a ball player, I always looked up to my dad. But in the NBA right now, I would have to say Devin Booker.
Yeah, so you a shooter?
He a shooter.
Yeah.
He's a shooter. I get it. So this is perfect, man. This rolls us right into the first questions that I have for you, Coach Ace. When shooting, man, what are some of the key principles that you talk to? Because over the week in the locker room, we had dumped a whole lot of Trae Young stuff. We dumped some Nick Van Exel stuff. We'll get into that. But as a shooter, what are some of the core principles you try to teach? Some of the young ones coming up looking for tips and stuff like that.
I mean, I try to keep it as fundamental as possible. So probably the most important thing I think when it comes to shooting is utilizing your legs, making sure that you get a low base. And some players need more legs than others, depending on the way that their full shooting mechanics are. But for the most part, you need a little bit of it. Steph Curry, obviously the best shooter ever. I don't think we can argue that at this point. He doesn't use a lot of legs, but his legs are very, very strong, stronger than most people realize. So even though it's a compact movement, it gives him a lot. That and following through, right? It's really the beginning and the end of the shot, right? If you use legs, get lift, and then you finish with the legitimate follow through, a good follow through will correct a lot of mistakes that might happen through the shot. So I try to just make sure, I work with players on make sure that they follow through the point and that they have good lift and good arc on the shot. And then the things in between, obviously, are important. You have to make sure you work on those. But to me, those are the two most important things.
Yeah. So those things are mad important, man. I work now with a basketball program on Staten Island called Shoot for Success, and I work with this guy named Coach Jerry. And Coach Jerry is really dope, man. He's a dope shooter. And I'm 37 years old now, but I'm still learning new things. I mean, when you talk about the lift and the arc on your jump shot and the follow through and things of that nature, these things are really, really, really important. But it is funny that you brought up Steph Curry because I just came across a crazy, crazy clip that my producer he has sent over to me, and we're gonna take a 30-second. Well, we're gonna swing it over everybody so y'all can watch these clips because this really brings together basketball and STEM. You know what I mean? So I want everybody to be able to watch this joint real quick, and we're gonna swing it over to Coach to Steph Curry, and I want everybody to see this right quick. Hold on one sec. I got you.
Some state Steph Curry is the most prolific shooter in NBA history.
Curry puts it in.
But how does he do it? One key, believe it or not, lies with his feet.
Steph Curry from downtown.
A major aspect of Steph's game that often gets overlooked is his incredible movement away from the ball. On average, Curry runs 2.5 miles per game. Now that's double the average distance covered by an NFL wide receiver. Not impressed? Well, the best example might be this play from Game 4 of the 2019 Western Conference Finals. That's ridiculous. In just 24 seconds, Steph averages 6.6 miles per hour and changes directions 12 times. Incredibly, he manages to cover 226 feet of ground in this half-court possession, and yet still nails the three with less than 2 seconds left on the shot clock.
Nails another three.
One explanation for Steph's endurance on lengthy possessions like this is his ability to control his heart rate. When your pulse elevates to 115 beats per minute, you begin to lose fine motor skills, particularly hand-eye coordination. But Steph's intense conditioning training allows him to reduce his heart rate to under 80 beats per minute in just the span of a single 90-second timeout. Managing his heart rate during periods of rest means Steph can go all out when moving without the ball and still shoot with incredible efficiency. This is why, over the course of his career, Steph's been able to average 5 miles per hour when moving without the ball, ranking higher than other guards like Kemba Walker and Russell Westbrook. And after all that movement to get open, he's still able to make quick, intricate adjustments to his shooting form. Here, to avoid Damian Lillard on this play, Steph tweaks his shot by jumping forward. This pushes his landing spot by an additional foot compared to where he typically lands. To compensate for this extra forward momentum, he adjusts by launching the ball at a higher than normal 60-degree release angle. The result is a sky-high arc and a clutch basket. Add all this up, and it's no secret why it's the opponents who get exhausted watching Steph drain three after three after three.
Seen that before. That's dope, man. I mean, yeah, like, you know, one of the things that I think really, really is important in that is that conditioning aspect. You know, so for players out there who train and get up shots on their own, that's another thing that I try and tell guys on their own. And if you're doing a workout with me, when you shoot, you're going to shoot exhausted. All right, you're going to shoot exhausted. You're going to shoot tired because that is the only way for you to actually learn how to shoot under duress. A lot of people, they take shots up and they take shots in the condition that they won't actually shoot those same shots in the game. And as a hooper, I can tell you it is a completely different experience, especially going to the free throw line. You shoot free throws and you're calm in your backyard and you're shooting them and you're tired. By the time you go to that free throw line, remember, you've just gotten up and down the court maybe 4 times in a row and got fouled, and now you're at the free throw line. And you now have to control your breathing and relax and try and shoot it within a 15 second span. So how do you do that? You prepare for it, right? You prepare for it, right? So that's another thing that is super important, is learning how to kind of shoot, in the game condition when you're.
Yeah, no, go ahead. I'm gonna type these notes in on the side. I'm saying some things that people are, when you talk about preparation, you said prepared. So preparation is key, man, because look, think about what we just watched. They said Steph prepares to go to timeout so that he could calm down his heart rate. People prepare for, a shooting expo. They prepare conditioning wise, but people never prepare on how to bring things down, on how to stay even, on how to relax. And so, man, I also want to talk to you a little bit about commitment, right? Because when it comes to Steph Curry, for you to learn something about yourself as we need to learn how to bring down our heart rate so that we could become a better shooter outside of a timeout, that's really you committing to saying, yo, look, I'm a shooter. I'm going to shoot for real. This is really what I want to do. So I need to learn all of the little ins and outs of shooting and how to keep it maximized so that I can shoot whenever, wherever, man. Like how does one go about doing that? That's insane.
Well, I mean, you said commitment, right? So if I mean that that part is such a key ingredient for success in anything. But when you talk about in basketball in general, the probably the best commitment story that I have heard in regard to Steph was one that his younger brother often tells. So I have players on my team like Joseph, for example. Joseph is easily one of my best shooters. And ironically, him and probably another kid in the team who is a really good shooter, they both kind of have the shooting form that a lot of younger players have, where they're not really shooting with the high release point. They're kind of shooting with the low release point, which gives them a lot of power. But as they get older, they're going to have to actually begin to revert that and to going high. So Steph Curry tells the story about his brother, where his brother had that same young player push shot, and it was automatic. But his dad, in an NBA, great, knew that, all right, this is not the way you're going to be, going to shoot as you get older, because it's going to get blocked. You're not going to get it off over taller players. And Steph says, like, I mean, Steph was in tears every single day, like frustrated, angry, because with the change comes what? It comes failure. It comes you stepping out of your comfort zone, and he hated it. He just wanted to just continue to go in the way going, but he had to commit. He had to commit to it, and Father didn't let him, off the hook. And obviously, we know what the outcome was, right? He committed to it, and he made that change. So for most of the players, like, no matter how good you shoot today, especially if you're younger, you're gonna have to tweak and change that shot, and it's gonna require commitment. And that commitment is gonna, have to patience and understanding that it may have to get worse before it gets better. But if you're looking at the future and you really, really want it, it's gonna be worth that time and that commitment.
Yeah, definitely. I had a similar story, man. I was a pretty good shooter throughout junior high school and in my ninth grade year. And then my coach, he broke it down to me, because I used to shoot just like this too, right from my chest, right from my chest. And 10th grade year, he was like, Johnson, if you want to be a really good shooter, you can't shoot from here. You got to shoot from here. So I spent my whole 10th grade, I got no burn because my jump shot was trash. I was good everywhere else, but I was mainly a shooter. And I had to spend my whole 10th grade year, man, changing up my jump shot, and it all worked out for the better. So commitment, preparation, dedication, and as my main man Zach Attack says, determination, man, because you really have to decide that this is what you want to do and this is what you want out of your basketball life. That's a huge thing. That's a huge thing. All right, so Coach Ace, last time you was here, we do a couple of games here and there. We do this or that. We do finish the sentence. So I got some new things for you, man. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. This one's called fill in the blank. Mm-hmm. I blank smaller defenders.
I pick on.
All right. I blank bigger defenders.
Battle with. I love battling with bigger defenders.
I see. I said my favorite shooter of all time is.
Oh, Steph Curry. Got to be. Yeah.
I love playing with blank because they blank.
I love playing with blank. I love playing with unselfish players. Right? Okay. Because you always know that I love ball movement, and you play with unselfish players, you have good ball movement. So.
Swag. All right, we're gonna flip it on the other side. I hate playing with blank because they blank.
I hate playing with lazy players. Because I hate playing with lazy players because they don't compete. They don't compete enough for me.
That's big. So everybody out there, think about what he just said. He said he hates playing with lazy players because they don't compete. Just compete, man. Just try. Go out there and give it everything you got. I hear you. Okay. One game that I could watch over and over again is
Kobe's 81-point game.
That's huge. My favorite basketball movie of all time is
Oh, he got game. That's my favorite movie, period. He got
All right, and last but not least, I can't stand when a teammate blanks.
oof. Oh man. I can't stand when a teammate. That's tough. I can't stand when. What do I really, really hate? I can't stand when a teammate doesn't go for like ball on the floor.
Ah,
Like
I said. All right, that's what's up, man. Yo, all right, so let's swing it over to Zach Attack real quick, man. Zach Attack, you over there?
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm over here.
Zach Attack, how was your Christmas, brother?
It was great.
That's what's up. Anything you do different over this break to prepare for a better basketball New Year?
More working out. Definitely.
I can't hear you.
More working out. Definitely.
More working out. Joseph Silvetti, nice to see you, brother. Anything different you plan on doing this new basketball year?
Working on getting to the rim and shooting.
Working on getting to the rim and shooting. Does that include foot speed?
Yes.
Does that include taking physical contact?
Yes.
What else does it include?
Like
What
being able to create a shot for myself.
Oh, my fault. Say that again.
Being able to create a shot for myself.
Being able to create a shot for yourself. Yo, that's one of the biggest things because over the week in the locker room, we was talking about Trae Young. So with that being said, I'm going to swing it on over to some Trae Young highlights because first and foremost, we got to talk about this 35-11 game that he just put up yesterday. So we got to talk about that now. So let's get it shaking like Kevin Bacon, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Let's see what's going on in the locker room.
For 31 in the dark uniforms for the Cavs. Young, Capella, the combination to start Capella. He's got the basketball. The shot clock is at 11. Mays, that's an open three ball. Another fifth-year player from Finland. Mays. Skylar Mays, those kind of shots there from Mobley. Young, Mays slashing in and scoring. All about that himself. Didn't get any rim, but got the ball to fall. Young, little crossover, creating space, and knocking down a three. Brown trying to set a screen, couldn't do it. Young, little flip, it'll drop, got to bounce. This one. 20 seconds to go on the game clock. 5 on the shot clock for Trae Young. That's inside the line, and it's all net.
And that's good defense there. The Hawks really closed down the lane and forcing them to take shots from the perimeter.
Up to Capella. That's how you do it. Mays had 3 3-pointers in the first half on 4 chances. He's got the ball now. Deep in the shot clock. Must shoot. And hit it. He's got 4 made tonight. Oliver sends it into the corner. Trae Young. Stepping back. Baseline. Money.
But out over the outstretched arms of Capella.
Oliver behind the line. He hits it.
Little fadeaway to knock down the easy deuce there.
14 points for Jared Allen. Here's Young, knifing his way. Launches a 3 and knocks it down. Kicking. Williams short, right to Young. Oliver crashing the lane. Off the backboard. Capella the outlet to Young. 1-on-1, 1-on-2. It falls.
With more aggressiveness than that, you got to go to a shot blocker's chest, and you play right in the hands. And as Trae gets a wide open 3.
About to get a piece of that one. About to get a piece of that one too. Right to Young. Up ahead, Capella. What hustle? Double.
Very important at this point in the game. There's 2 missed free throws there. This could be a 2-point game.
And then Love also missed a free throw earlier when he had 3.
We'll see how Cleveland plays Trae on these pick and rolls. And there's Kevin Love. He is way back there. My guys, they sit back and wait till the ball roll up the court. You got to get in the backcourt and pressure.
17 double-doubles, trying to add to his numbers. Gets it right back from Oliver. Shot clock is down to 5. There's Trae Young, and he's ripping the ropes for 3 for the Hawks.
Man, that was
bad man.
that's a bad man. All right, so Coach Ace, I got something to ask you, man. You know, tonight's season 2 of The Locker Room is called Shooter's Paradise, right? This particular episode is called Earning the Green Light. As a coach, what does a player have to do to earn the green light from you, to be able to give him free reign and do what he wants?
So, I mean, first of all, you have to have the ability to be able to do that, right? You have the ability to be able to do that. You have to have the skill set, have, you know, in terms of being able to create your shot, in terms of being able to, you know, to shoot the ball well. But for me, as a coach, you also have to give me everything on the other end of the floor. I don't think I can ever give somebody the green light who didn't play, you know, defense, or at least, you know, didn't give me, you know, the same kind of effort on the defensive end. All right, so that's one. And 2, you also not only have to have the skill, but you have to have the mindset of somebody who has a green light, meaning that you have to be somebody who is willing to accept that green light and accept the fact that, like, you know, there's a pressure, right? But you have to enjoy that pressure, right? For some, that pressure can break you, right? You have that green light, you miss your first 2-3 shots, and then all of a sudden, you know, you're down, you know, your body language is off, affects the way you play at the other end because, you know, you're discouraged. So you also have to be mentally equipped to be able to handle, you know, the failure that comes with, you know, shooting and putting up a lot of shots, because when you have that green light and you go, you know, you're going to miss, right? So you're not going to make everything. So you have to be able to handle that kind of failure well. So yeah, having the skill set, having the mindset to deal with the failure, and also being somebody who can go just as hard on the other end of the floor and defensively.
And that's exactly the clip that we kind of saw from Steph Curry, man, just the conditioning, right? Because even though Steph Curry is not a super duper great defender, just that kind of conditioning, that's Iverson level conditioning. That means that worst case scenario, he gonna get some chippies on the other end. He gonna get,
and he's underrated
deals.
He's an underrated defender, though. He's an underrated defender. I mean, as a team, they're underrated. Like, you know, statistically, everyone knows that they're great. But in terms of the perception, especially with the young people don't realize how much defense plays into their success. But for him, it's part of it. You know, you defend as a team. So, you know, he rarely misses assignments. He helps well. And for the most part, he makes whoever he's defending have to work harder, even if they do score. And that's all you can ask at the pro level. But yeah, so that's just one.
Yeah, work harder. We just saw a clip that said Steph runs twice as much as an NFL wide receiver. This is basketball. Basketball court is only 94 feet long. NFL football field is 100 yards. And to think that he runs, that's insane, man. That's insane. Real quick, I do want to go. Oh, my fault. Ace, what you saying?
No. When we if we're gonna talk about the app later, we're actually gonna talk in reference to that what you just talked about in terms of the distance that you cover within the game. So.
Yeah, talk about it. Let's talk about that.
No, I mean, I didn't know if you wanted to talk about the app later on, but that's, you know, we're currently recreating the app. I mean, we're taking it to our entire level, and we're entering the metaverse. So that just
right.
everyone hears that, but we are entering the metaverse. Our app is going to have its own metaverse. Everyone's going to have their own avatar in it. So we're entering into the gaming space. Still going to do everything that it could do before, but except now it's going to have a huge like gaming component to it. But one of the things you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to track what you do in the course of the game. So you'll be able to connect it to a Bluetooth. That detail we're working on, and you're actually at the end of a pickup game or end of a regular game, you know how many miles you covered, the average speed you were going, how many calories you burn, those type of things. So we're doubling down on the gaming aspect as well as the health aspect in it, and we're gonna just kind of create a gaming experience that you're gonna really enjoy. So we need some Brackerville gear for the avatar. For the skins, we need some Brackerville gear, man. So we gotta talk about that.
Yeah, we got to talk about all of that stuff, man. It's only a matter of time, before we link up for real, because we just been going back and forth tossing ideas, but it's really time that we join forces for real, So real quick, I was supposed to grab the guy Gerald. He just passed out. He just walked out of here, so we'll get back to him as soon as he comes back. But in the meantime, tell us a little bit more about the app, though, because that whole metaverse idea, the idea of you being able to track, just on regular full court pickups, like, how does that help players become a better player? And two, what is the whole goal of being able to go that deep into that?
So, so the goal with it is just like any other health app is to set goals for yourself, right? To be able to kind of track what it is that you're doing. It creates a community. So we're not really reinventing anything when it comes to that, but like a lot of running apps, you and I may be hours away from each other, but as friends, if we're part of a group and we set a goal, or we're part of a group and go saying this week we want to run 10 miles. Well, now a player can look at it from that perspective, in that I am going to work out, right? Or I'm going to run for basically, 5 miles. And that may come from me just choosing to run around the block a bunch of times, and you'll be able to use the app to track that, or playing, a pickup game, right? If you play a pickup game and you end up, only covering half a mile, then you say, all right, listen, I'm going to play again tomorrow because I want to get another half a mile, and I want to get a mile. This is like my goal for the week. So, so it's just another way of helping players, set goals, be aware of what they're doing. We want to build on the technology and reinvest in technology, so there are more health track stats that you're able to calculate, like what he said in terms of your heart rate. So for us, it's this. We want to do that so that players do understand when they need to calm down in moments where they might have been overly excited, but also a lot of players, especially even in the NBA, you've heard stories of guys who had heart issues that never realized it because it was never kind of studied. So we believe that by having that component in there, that some players may be able to be aware of certain things that they should go get checked, where they.
Wait. And I don't mean to cut you off, but man, so you're going into the medical aspect of player development now through the app?
So the app is it's gonna be it's gonna be so just to tell everyone this the different elements of it without going too deep into it.
You gotta go deep. I need all of that.
So again, like when I say we're entering the metaverse into it, so like you're gonna have your own avatar. Each player has his own avatar when they create the profile, and you can get skins and have a marketplace for that. You'll also have a map. So now the map is actually like a 3-dimensional map that you can navigate through, and it looks as if like you're in a video game, but you're seeing real world places and basketball courts. You'll be able to see where when other players are playing on those courts as well, and you can create and sign up to play pickup games with other people. Then you'll have the health tracker within there as well, and then we have in-app games. So we created a pretty cool in-app game that you can play with your avatar. But in order for you to be able to play the video game, you have to earn tokens, and the only way to earn tokens is by being active and doing physical activities. So going out there and playing, going to practice, things of that nature. It earns you tokens for you to be able to to play in the in-app game.
Yo, that's insane, man. That's insane. I don't even know, because I was just on Instagram, yesterday, a day or two ago, and I looked up, when I was looking for pictures of you to create for the artwork, and then I saw it said the Run app is under construction. But you just think it'd be little changes and tweaks. You're gonna get a little fix here and there. You just took us to a whole nother planet, bro.
Yeah.
A whole nother planet. This is crazy. And you already know that we wish you all the luck, man.
We would love to we would love to have your whole community in the locker room be amongst the first people to help us test it. So we'll communicate with you, and we'll try to definitely make that happen. And then maybe we can come back on and have everyone give us their honest feedback on it. We think that'd be great.
That's very fire. You already know, man. We already here, so that's the man. That just blew me away. I didn't think that I was walking into this. I had a whole bunch of notes. I got all kinds of crazy notes. If anybody can see, my producer's passing me papers. I don't even want to use any of this stuff, man. This is just crazy. All right. So real quick, let's swing it to. I'm hearing a little echo. My fault. So let's swing it to the book of the week. So now what we added from season 1 to season 2 is we get a little piece of literature, basketball lit, of course, and we talk about different excerpts or things that might have stuck out. This week's choice is Mamba Mentality by Kobe Bryant. Can everybody see that?
Where's mine at?
Oh, you got yours? All right. So I wanna bring up one article that was quick that stuck out to me. This is real big. I want to read it out for everybody. This is when Kobe is talking about Vince Carter, right? And he quotes, "Vince Carter brought out the best in me. He came into the league a few years after me, and he set the world on fire. That sparked the conversation of who was better, Vince or Allen Iverson. I played with Shaq, so at that point, I wasn't even in the conversation. I was an afterthought. Through the loud whispers, I always had extra oomph when I played against him. My mentality was that I was going to play him on both ends of the floor, just like you said, Coach Ace. I was going to play him on both ends of the floor, and he was going to have help guarding me. By being able to score on offense and personally shut him down on defense, I wanted to let people know my place in that conversation wasn't even up for debate." So this is my main man Kobe talking about violating somebody like Vince Carter. Now, he didn't say give it his best. He didn't say I'm just going to try my hardest. He said I'm going to shut him down, period. So let's go around the room real quick and talk about a little bit about what defense means to everybody. Let's start with Cathella. I see you, Cathella, in the crowd. You there, Cathella? All right, let's move on to Cindy Johnson. We talking defense. Davies. All right, we'll start with Zach. I see your hand up, Zach. Zach, talk to me about defense a little bit.
As they say, most defense wins games.
Well, offense wins games and defense wins championships. Yeah, the game is a championship, so definitely, the championship is a game. I understand that. But what does defense mean to you, Zach? We know it's important. We absolutely know it's important. Hey, everybody that just signed up. I just let a bunch of people in. What's up, y'all? All right, so Zach, think on it, and we'll come back to you. Coach Ace, talk to me about what defense, what it's not just what defense means, but being able to shut down and annihilate somebody on a defensive end. Like, how is that?
Yeah, I love it, and maybe partially probably because I come from the school of Kobe, being one of my favorite players, being a Laker fan. But I love it. I love I love defending. I love stopping somebody. Probably just as much as I love scoring. If I'm playing in the game and I see the guy on the other team is the best player, even before the game starts, if it looks like he's their best player, I'm on him. I want it. I want the smoke. Yeah, I think it's really about effort. It's really about wanting. It's about fearlessness. Not being afraid to be embarrassed. Not being afraid to be scored on. People always laugh that gets dropped, that gets their ankle broken, but more often the guy who's going hard and playing defense and has put himself in a position to have that even happen, right?
Right.
So it's a matter of pride and I love it. I love it. I'm a very, very, very competitive person. So I think that's what's at the root of loving to defend.
That's what's up. Is there anybody in the crowd today that is a really good defender? One of your kids, maybe, that as a standout defender? You mentioned one of the shooters. Any defenders in the crowd?
Trying to see who else is in here right now. Joseph, again, even though he's my best shooter, he's in terms of effort, like he might be highest on the list in terms. Nah, not even. He is the in terms of like deflections, and like going for and getting steals for us. He's number one. He's top of the list, right? And it's so crazy because a lot of time it comes after like a mistake, which I'm trying to get everyone to have that mentality. Is that when you up instead of sulking, like he will attempt to get it back like almost immediately, right? And that's that competitive, nature. So he isn't the best defender on our team, but in terms of the effort that he gives and trying to like get steals and trying to to create extra offensive opportunities for us, he's definitely the highest on the list in that.
Yo, Joseph, you out there, Joseph?
Yes.
Yo, Joseph, man, you just heard what your coach said. Talk to me a little bit about how you feel, not only just about being a really good defender, but how it feels to have the coach give you the green light to guard anybody. He just said, man, deflections, man up, everything. He talked about pride and all of that. How do you feel about your own defensive efforts? Talk to me.
Well, it kind of just shows like your coach his trust behind you, and then that means like you gotta kind of step up in the moment.
Stepping up in the moment. I mean, for a coach to put you on the best player on the other side, knowing that you still have a heavy shooting responsibility, man, that's Mamba mentality for real.
Yeah. One more thing about defense too, and Jonathan, you're here, right? Jonathan still here?
I'm here, coach.
Yeah. What does our team do more on the defensive end than any team that we faced in the 2 years that we've been playing?
Take charges.
That is one thing that our team, like, we've not seen any team come close to doing as much as our guys do, and that's because we practice it. And a lot of coaches, they don't practice it. They don't realize that practicing taking charges in practice is what actually gets them to be comfortable with putting their body on the line. And we have a practice or two where we don't, because just at the time you see it. In the next game, I'll have to remind them, like, don't forget who you guys are. But yeah, like putting your body on the line is another aspect of taking charges, and I'm really proud of them because they've committed to that. But each of you, whether you're players who are in here, whether your coaches work on that or not, be that guy, be that young lady, be that player that is willing to put your body on the line, on the defensive end, because a coach in the stand that's looking for a player for their school is going to take note of that.
That's big things. Those are real jewels being dropped by Coach Ace. We got somebody else, Jonathan D. Brew. I hope I'm not messing up your name, brother. I saw you over there, and I wanted to tag you in a little bit to talk basketball. Jonathan, you there? Am I mispronouncing your name? Jonathan D. Brew? I guess I'm
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. All right, there you are, man. I saw you on the camera for a second, and I wanted to pick your brain a little bit about defense. We talking defense, man. We talking guards locking up other guards. Talk to me a little bit
Oh, I'm having issues with my internet. Say it again.
I said we talking about guards locking up other guards just on the defensive end and defensive effort. Like, what does it mean to you?
Yeah.
All right. I think Jonathan's having a little bit of technical difficulty. But since we are having a little bit of difficulty with Jonathan, let's throw Coach Ace a little bone, man. I know he's a really big Nick Van Exel fan, so we're gonna throw him real quick the top 10 plays of Nick the Quit.
Oh,
right. Let's see what he's talking about. We'll be right back in 1 minute.
Do it.
In our courtside countdown, we ship it off with the Lakers.
Nick the Quick, imitate that legend.
Number 9, Nick Van Exel just before halftime hits from half court. Van Exel with the last pitch ever, and it counts. It's a 3 by Nick Van Exel. So Wells gets a 2 because his foot was on the line, and Van Exel hits a 3 at the buzzer. From Nick Van Exel.
Sweet offensive moves in this game.
Nick pulls a trick out of his magic bag. Van Exel cut off, takes a tough twisting shot, and he hit it. Oh, he hit it. How in the world did that fall? Check out this nice crossover move by LA Laker point guard Nick Van Exel. Van Exel. And it counts. Nick Van Exel, and even the Sacramento fans applauding that. That was something else. At 5, it's the Lakers' Nick Van Exel to Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq with the thunder. After Van Exel shows the lightning. What a combination they're going to be. At number 4, it's the LA Lakers' Nick Van Exel. 360 turn in the air and score out by 4. Unbelievable. Nick is having some fun. LA, and the Lakers have a guard that can wave his magic wand. And right hand, he comes smiling back. He's got a bag of tricks with him. It's the Los Angeles Lakers' Nick Van Exel teaming up with Eldon Campbell. Beautiful ball fake and the pass. Oh, Nick. Our number 1 play of the week, it's the Nuggets' Nick Van Exel. Are you kidding me? A twisting, whirling bird, 3-pointer, flying to the hoop at the horn shot. That's our show for this one.
That was crazy.
That was crazy. Nick the quick.
Man. All right, so 2 things I gotta ask you, Coach Ace. Well, first, talk to us a little bit about why Nick the Quick is one of your favorite players of all time.
I mean, so one of the things you saw, in there, confidence, man. Yeah, he, when I first got introduced to the game, didn't know a lot of players. I wasn't a very confident player, growing up. That was one of my issues. I didn't have anybody who put a battery in my back the way I tried to for players. So I was inspired by his level of confidence and how much fun it always looked like he was having, on the court. I chased after that as a player, being able to, to be able to have that. And I feel like, he could do it all. He can shoot, he can pass it well. And, he just was a magician with the ball. So yeah, man, I definitely, am grateful to him because he helped, he was one of the reasons why I fell in love with the game.
Definitely. Okay, so we got a hand raised here by my main man, Hut Yolo, also known as Coach Vic. I feel like I know what question he's going to ask, but I want him to talk to you a little bit about something that he had a question with. So, Hut Yolo, pull up. What's up, Coach? What we talking about?
Question, boss. With the game and the token, what is that token going to be, and is that going to be like a cryptocurrency?
No, all right. So, so in terms of the crypto, so when I mean coin, so basically we have an in-app game that we created. It's the app game app, but the players can only play it with tokens that they earn from being active. So let's say they go to like a workout today. They go to that workout. They check in. They use that to they use the health tracker to track their activity during that game, and then at the end of that activity, the app will give them 10 tokens, and those will be used to play the game. So what we want to do is kind of appreciate the love of gaming, right, and try and take that away. Sometimes people tell their kids, stop playing games. Games are healthy in their own right, but balance, right? So balance playing that video game on your phone with actually like being active. So trying to get kids to earn the ability to be able to do that. But in that crypto space though,
Because when you said you're into the metaverse,
yeah, so we do have an NFT. So one thing I didn't mention, which I because I didn't want to say everything in it, but one of the things they're going to be able to do is they're going to be able to purchase player cards. So we're going to be collaborating with not only NBA guys, but also younger players, and basically you'll be able to purchase that player card. So let's say it's Nick Van Exel. I'm going to use him for example. So you're going to open the Nick Van Exel card in the augmented reality part of the app, and the kid could be able to sit in his living room and he'll be able to watch Nick Van Exel performing some of the signature moves, and the kid can actually study like the player and what they're doing right there. And if he wants, he could put the phone down, do the move next to it, record it, and then come back and actually see himself and compare him doing the move to another player doing the move. So that's probably the part of the app I'm most excited about. We're not sure whether we're gonna do it in the crypto way yet, or whether it's just gonna be like an in-app purchase, because I'm still learning about the whole NFT space. But yeah, it's gonna be
talk.
It's gonna be in that same world, that same realm. So yep.
Man, that's huge. So yeah, those coins, the tokens for the games, man, this is really next level stuff, man. I ain't even gonna front. This is next level stuff. Real quick, so I do have something else for you, Coach Ace. This one is called Finish the Sentence. Man, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. The style of play in my neighborhood is.
In my current neighborhood, I'm new to Jersey, so I don't know
where you grew up.
Where I grew up. So the style of play in my neighborhood is it's tough. It's like last man standing type of ball.
That's the truth. You know you're about to abuse a player when
he has a chance to when they're choosing who's gonna defend who in the beginning of the game, and I notice that he avoids being matched up with me.
Yeah, that's the biggest. As soon as I know somebody don't got no left hand, it's over.
Oh, no, literally, like just for as soon as I see somebody does not want to guard me, I'm calling for my player to set a screen each time for me to switch on him. I'm gonna force that match each time.
That's the truth. That's the truth. The toughest place I've ever played was.
The toughest place I've ever played, Rucker Park as a kid. Yeah, as a kid, that was definitely the toughest. I'm talking about like I don't think I've ever been that anxious before, that nervous before. So yeah.
I think the toughest place I've ever played was BRC, man. BRC was a tough place to play.
Yeah.
One way to improve your jump shot is.
One way to improve it, man. One way to improve it that I think a lot of kids don't realize is actually watching other people shoot, like watching the great shoot, like and studying the mechanics of different people, because not most people don't shoot the same. So watching and taking things, finding somebody who may shoot similar to you, and kind of stealing some details from their mechanics.
That's big. I model some of my game after.
Definitely Kobe, especially now I'm getting older. Can't jump as high. Can't buy things. So I'm real fundamental. So yeah, definitely Kobe. I love working in the post. So yeah.
That's big time. The Nets would win a championship if they.
The Nets, the Brooklyn Nets.
The Brooklyn Nets could win a championship if they.
If they defend as well as they score.
If they defend as well as they score, that's huge. Okay, and last but not least, one place I always wanted to play was.
One place I always wanted to play. Wow. Probably the garden floor. Probably the garden.
Everybody that comes on here always says the garden, man. You gotta get to the garden.
know what it was too, because of high school. You know, the high school I was at the time, growing up before I moved, was Washington Irving, and they were like, you know, high ranked in the city, and we moved like, and I was like, oh man, because I felt like, you know, if I would have stayed there, they didn't end up making it to the championship, you know, after that anyway. But I think because if you're a New York City kid, you know, high school kid, like that's where the championships used to be held. So that's why I think that's an aspiration that still lasted today.
Yeah, I think so too. Real quick, we're gonna swing it over to Zach Attack. Zach Attack, I know you had something to say, man. What's up, man? What's up, Zach Attack? Talk to me, baby.
Next.
All right, so we're gonna go with finish the sentence or fill in the blank. Which one you want?
Sentence.
Let's go finish the sentence, Zach. I feel like you got some extra muscles over the Christmas break. So let's talk about these things. All right, here we go. The style of play in my neighborhood is
Last man standing.
last man standing. That's big. That's what Coach A said too. You know you're about to abuse your defender when
No cap. When their ankles are weak.
when they got weak ankles. So that means that your crossover must be strong. We're gonna work on that sham guard too, man. Soon come. The toughest place I ever played was
It was that one time when I got sick.
Right. So
What was that?
time you got sick. Like Jordan flu? Jordan flu game number 7?
here you gotta put the
Yeah, that's why I
signature.
got sick.
I love that. One way to improve my jump shot is
Hit the wall, let it flow.
So it's where I should put
very interesting. I like that. I was told I played just like
Kobe
so I
Bryant.
can do it.
no. You like Kyrie?
Kobe Bryant.
Oh, Kobe Bryant. All right, cool. All right, I'll take that big time, man. Here we gonna follow it up with this. The Brooklyn Nets could win a championship if they.
I'm actually gonna agree with the coach said and defend as well as they do the offense.
If it was net as well as they play offense. That's the truth. And last but not least, the best game I've ever played was.
I'm a business person. I have to do something for my
Well, the best game I ever played was was that middle school game where I scored 45 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds, 5 blocks, and 12 steals.
My main man said he scored 45 points and 2 assists. He said, I'm not passing nothing. You was Kobe for real. Kobe for real. I'm not even mad at that, Zach Attack. I am proud of you, my brother. Keep putting up those buckets, man. You already know what time it is. Yo, everybody out there, tonight's a special episode because, like a lot of us in the nation, a lot of people are battling not only COVID, but the idea of COVID and the mental, it puts a whole lot of people in a weird mental space, and it's a tough thing. The reason why tonight's episode was real big is because if you don't know, Coach Ace was battling COVID and he just got over it, and he was able to fight through it and still come through and bring us a good episode, everybody. So 1, 2, 3, real quick, everybody give Coach Ace a round of applause and just show him some love and thank you for putting up there on top of COVID. Yo, Coach, as usual, you're always a dope person to have on the locker room. We worked together a little bit over the summer when it came to Love Day and things of that nature, but our future is endless, man. We met almost 20 years ago. We ain't gonna tell nobody that because we kind of old out here in the street. But we met almost 20 years ago. and it's always been love ever since, man. So just with any few words that you can give the crowd, some kind of positivity as far as just seeing it through. Talk to the crowd a little bit about it.
Thank you again. I mean, I could come on here 100 times. Never hesitate. It's always a great time. I'm gonna start popping up actually, even not being a guest on here, because it's just all great experience, like for definitely, and love talking hoops, man, and just so proud of what you have going on here. I don't see anything else like this. So everyone, please, continue to spread the word about this. Selfish, share it, because it's something that I think is educational. It's fun. I love the clips that you're adding to it, because I'm a big believer in studying film and watching, the game to, to not just to be entertained, but to learn. So yeah, man, just keep it up. I wish everybody a healthy year. All my young players out there, wish everyone a year of success and progress. Hard work beats talent, and talent fails to work hard. Be the hardest working person in the room at all times. Be the hardest working person in your practice. Working person in your practice, and great things will come your way.
Be the hardest working person in your practice. You heard it here first from my main man, Coach Ace. We can't appreciate you and love you enough, brother. Thank you again for coming on to the locker room, man. We really appreciate it. All right, so with that, of course, man, no doubt. So with that being said, everybody do remember BrackettvilleBooks.com is a nonprofit organization. So make sure if you can, you go in there, you either buy a book, you buy a shirt, or you could just donate, man. Let us know that these things that we're doing, these initiatives that we happening, are moving in the right direction, and you can show that with your money. Give us that, give us that, give us that. All right, man. Everybody else, enjoy your Monday evening and have a wonderful and happy New Year. Do we have any more questions before we sign off?
Cool.
I'd just like to say y'all put on a great show.
Man, Vic Monroe, thank you, man. I appreciate that, big dog. Word. Zach Attack, we got any love over there? What's up, Zach Attack?
OB, cool.
Yep.
All right, I thought I saw you raise your hand.
Nah, you're showing the Kobe background.
Oh, that's what you do. Mama Mentality for sure. Not only go to your store and pick up that Mama Mentality book by Kobe Bryant, but make sure you drop by BrackettvilleBooks.com and pick up any one of our books too. Everything is all on there. So anyway, like I said, love and peace and respect to everybody, and make sure you do your push-ups and keep playing. You are ready.
Keep up the good work.
How'd you feeling better,
DJ?
Thank you. Great seeing y'all. Happy New Year again, everybody.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year's, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's.
Question.
Happy
Hey,
New
PJ,
Year's.
were you able to hear what I said?
Oh,
man.
Coach PJ, I got a question.